Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. The Israelites have been scattered across the four corners of the earth, as prophesied in Deuteronomy, the 20th chapter. Here in Israel United in Christ, we need your help to recover the remnant of our people, teach them the gospel. Please help us, support us, and join or donate to the Booster Club today. Shalom.
Hey, shalom, sis. Most High Christ bless. So we brought you up here to explain to you what your nationality is and what Christ looked like. So did you take anything from that? Yes, yes, yes. What did Christ look, or what does Christ look like according to the Bible? According to the Bible, he'll be what? That's him. So I like to always ask this question. When the last time you saw someone like Joel Osteen lay down his life for the blacks, the Hispanics, and Native Americans? Like he just said, you know what? I love y'all so much. Y'all never seen that, right? Right, but none of them do, right? Right. So if none of them lay down their life, then how all of a sudden, in a period of time, it was a man like this that did it for us?
Bring it up. A man like that didn't do nothing for us.
A man like that didn't do nothing from us. Now, sis, I know you know, but guess what? My brother and my sisters, they don't know. Therefore, when they go to church or when they think about anything pertaining to God, this image pops up.
Right.
And with this image comes a spirit.
Right.
Because a lot of times when our brothers and our sisters go to the church, they feel like they can't have the, what's that word, testicular fortitude, meaning that they can't be bold, they can't take authority. They got to be docile, they got to be effeminate, and every so often they got to do a praise dance from here and there, right? That's the spirit that's in the church. But real quick, what was the spirit of Christ? How did Christ conduct himself? Give me Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. How was Christ the Messiah? How did he conduct himself when he was in the Roman captivity? You know? Watch this, we're going to read it. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 15 and verse 3.
Bring it up.
The Lord, who is the Lord? Who is the Lord, sis?
The Lord is somebody in heaven.
The Lord, you absolutely right, baby. The Lord is somebody in heaven.
Right.
The Lord is waiting for the 12 tribes of Israel to wake up. But guess what? Right. This is his mannerisms. Read that again. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is the man of what? Of war. So wait a minute. Can you envision this brother right here putting together wars? What about that one on that side? Wars. Battles. Wars. Bodies being put to death.
Right.
Heads getting chopped off.
Right.
You can't imagine this one, right? That ain't what they teach in the church. They teach this in the church. They don't teach that the Lord is a man of war. So if the Lord is the man of war, let's see what this warrior look like, because I was asking the brother, do we like basketball, right? What'd you say? What's your favorite team? The what? The Warriors, right? So his favorite team is the Warriors, right? Let's find out what the ultimate warrior look like.
Right.
Let's find out what the ultimate warrior look like. Because at the end of the day, when we say we Christians, we saying we inspiring to be like who? We trying to be like Christ. So we got to find out, are we inspiring to be like Christ in his entirety, or are we being deceived and we're being like somebody else?
Right.
Watch this. Go to Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. We're going to touch on what Christ looked like, and then we're going to touch on what his people look like. Because believe it or not, Christ was the king of what? He was the king. Okay, I'll see where we at. He's the king of kings, the lords of lords, right? So Christ is the ultimate royalty, right? So guess what? Whoever related to them or related to Christ should conduct himself the same way, right?
Right.
We're going to find out if y'all related or not. And if y'all are, y'all know what y'all need to do. Watch this, read this.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
So this was given to John the Revelator, and John the Revelator was supposed to show it unto the servants. You know who the real servants of God is? Who is the real servants of God? Us. Who is us? Nah, we the Israelites. We the Israelites. We are the Israelites. We are the true Jews that the Bible speaks of. We are the one and only servants of God. So this was given to John the Revelator, and this is what he passed down to us. Watch this. Jump down to verse 13. Now we going over Jesus Christ. I know this might not seem interesting to you right now, but trust me, when you get older, it's gonna hit home. It's gonna hit home. Because like for instance, say for instance you was related to LeBron James.
Bring it out.
If you didn't know that LeBron James was one of the best NBA players in the world, that probably wouldn't mean anything to you. But once you start realizing his accolades, guess what? I'm related to LeBron James.
That's right.
I put some respect on it because I know his reputation. Our job is to teach you the reputation of Christ. Because it's not a coincidence that this is the #1 sold Bible every year. It's not a coincidence that they took the true identity of what the Bible looks like or what the people look like, and they changed it and switched the imagery. It had to be some power behind that for them to put in the effort to do that, right? So watch this. We're going to give y'all the history on what Christ looked like. Go to verse 13.
Bring it out.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks.
So just like you got this imagery right here, right? You got the 7 candlesticks, right? Guess who was sitting there? It was Jesus Christ. And it's about to go over his description. Now, while you looking at this, I want you to look at this too. Because if they lied about what Christ looked like, you don't think they're going to lie about what Christ's message was? Absolutely. So now you're starting to see the importance on why you must know what he looked like. That's why Christ said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So watch this, read that again.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
So little bro, who's the Son of Man? The Son of Man is Jesus Christ. So you do know something. Okay. So like the Son of Man, right? Read. Hey, y'all stop fighting. Cut that out. Cut that out. Stop that fight. Read.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
So he was clothed with a garment down to the foot, kind of like this brother right here. Christ had a very similar garment, just like this brother right here, but his was green. Watch this, read on.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with the golden girdle.
So he had a girdle, just like how my brother right here, how he has on a girdle, a belt. Jesus Christ had a golden girdle. He had it on just the same way. Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So just like my big brother right here, he got white woolly hair, kind of like salted pepperish woolly hair. Christ, his whole thing was white, and it was woolly. Before they started calling our hair nappy, what were they calling it? They were calling it woolly, because it was thick, just like sheep hair. So Christ had thick sheep type hair. Says, don't you got thick sheep type hair? Don't your kids, your offspring got sheep thick type hair? What's your name, little bro? Eric. Eric, don't you got woolly textured hair, kind of like a lamb? Guess what? Read it again.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
The Lord got the same type of texture. The Lord got the same type of texture. Ain't that something? Read.
As white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Because Jesus Christ drank wine in moderation. And when you drink wine, right, sometimes the whites of your eyes turn a little red. So that was the same thing with Jesus Christ, because what was his first miracle? Y'all remember? He turned water into what? He turned water into wine.
That's right.
You don't think he had a sip dealing with the children of Israel? Yeah, he had a sip. He had a sip. Read.
And his feet.
Now we're going into his skin complexion. Since your feet, the color of your feet look the same way as your body. Same complexion, right? Probably a little lighter because you got them shoes on and stuff. They ain't getting no tan. But nevertheless, you don't got no white feet, right? If you got white feet, you probably need to get that checked out. But nah, all jokes aside, his feet was the same color as his body, right? Read that again.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
Since you ever left something in the oven and you forgot to get it, and what color did it turn? It turned black. So Christ said he looked like brass, right? That was put in the oven. So if you put anything in the oven, what color is it gonna turn? Shalom, sis, come on up. Come on up. Hey, how we doing? Come get some of this good old shade. We brought this canopy out just for our people. Watch this, watch this. So we going over the description of Jesus Christ. Sis, what's your name again? Keisha, don't leave. Don't leave. Because you got to take this from you. You got to take this from us. And you got to take that from us. After that, you can go about your business because we did our job. We did our job. Okay. So what's your... All praises, all praises. But like I was saying before, you knowing this, that's half the battle. Because a lot of people gonna die knowing this. But you know why they died? Because they didn't apply what they were supposed to do afterwards. It's just like you working at Walmart, right? You employed, they gave you the application and everything and stuff, but you never show up. Are they gonna keep you?
No.
No, what they gonna do to you?
They're gonna fire you.
They gonna what?
That's right.
So, okay, you are employed by the Lord. So when you come back to Judah, that's your job. When you come back to Benjamin, that's your job. When you come back to Issachar, that's your job. When you come back to the nation of Israel, guess what? The Lord hired you.
Right.
But are you gonna do your job?
Yes.
She wanna do her job, Mom. What we gonna do? We gonna do our job, sis. What we gonna do?
We're gonna do our job.
All right, but how y'all gonna do your job? How y'all gonna do your job if we haven't gave y'all the instructions?
Teach it, Mom.
Let's finish what Christ looked like. Read that.
You back?
Let's finish and see what Christ looked like. Read that real quick. Sis, don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave.
I'm
Read.
my brother.
He gonna come. If he of the sheep of the Lord, he gonna come for sure. Watch this. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So Jesus Christ, the color of his feet was like unto fine brass, meaning his skin complexion was like the color of fine brass. Sis, what's your name?
Anissa.
Anissa. What color is fine brass?
That's us black people.
That's us. It's brown, right? It's us black people, right? Read.
All of them was dark back then.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So Jesus Christ had white woolly hair and he was very dark, as if he was put in a furnace and they turned it on, right? But you said something. You said all of us was black back then. What happened?
They started mixing, right?
They started mixing and they just mixed so much that they turned white, huh? White and right, huh?
No, it ain't right.
It ain't right?
No, why they right? I mean, they feel like they right.
Watch this. We gonna deal with the Jews. We gonna deal with the Jews because something happened to us. It's not by coincidence that we're calling ourselves African American or black. That wasn't by coincidence. We didn't just wake up and say, you know what, I like this color, I think this should be my race. Something happened to us. You want to know what happened to us? Go to Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. This is what happened to us. Watch this. Because when you read in the Bible, like the sister said, the true Jews, they are black. Now, does God change?
No, he's the same.
He's the same, right? So if he didn't change, that means he didn't do what? He didn't change his people.
Right.
So what happened? This is what happened. Watch this. We're going to read it.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage.
Sis, you missing it. Sis, you missing it. Any questions you got, ask me. I'm right here.
Okay.
Because guess what? Your question might be the same question she got, but at the time the Lord put it on your spirit to ask that thing. So now everybody's getting edified.
Right.
So watch this. Because the topic is what happened. Because if the Jews was originally black, what happened to them? We reading that. You want to know that, right?
Yes.
Watch this. Read this.
And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage.
What is a heritage, sis? Something that was passed down to you. So our heritage was passed down to us from God. He taught us how to live. He taught us the food to eat. He taught us the clothes to wear. He taught us how we deal with one another as an individual, as a brother, as a sister. Why? Because he set up a kingdom for us. So our heritage was set up by God. But guess what? He said this. Read it again.
And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage.
Wow, well that explains a lot. That explains why we act like niggas. Because we've been discontinued from our heritage.
Right.
That explains why we consider soul food as a good delicacy because we've been discontinued from our heritage.
Right.
That explains why we got our brothers and our sisters that's on the block banging and killing themselves because we've been discontinued from our heritage.
Right.
This is what the Bible's saying.
That's
Read.
right.
And now, hold on real quick. Who does that fit? Who can say, okay, we actually went through history, something happened to us, atrocities hit us, and we was discontinued from what we once was? Who can say that? Us.
That's right.
Us. The blacks, the Hispanics, and the Native Americans. We're the only ones that fit the description of being the children of God. That's us. Read.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
Wait a minute. When have the, because I got your mindset, because you said we mixed with the people, now the Jews have turned white, right? When have the Jews, the Jewish, ever had to serve somebody? They never, right?
Right.
Okay. Do we still serve somebody to this day? I mean, for instance, y'all still carry greenbacks? Talking about dollar bills, right?
Yes.
Where is our faces on the currencies? Nowhere. You want to know why? Because we're serving our enemies.
Right.
We're serving our enemies. So even if you want to go get some food from Walmart, guess what? You think you free, but in actuality, if they shut the Walmart down and say, you know what, we back on quarantine, I don't give a damn. You got to do it. Why? Because we have to serve our enemies. This only fits the children of Israel.
That's right.
So our point is that y'all the Israelites. Y'all are the Israelites. Y'all are God's chosen people, and because of our disobedience, we're living under the curses. Because we all had questions. Well, Lord, what did I do? What did I do to deserve this? What did I do, Lord? We all had questions, right? Well, guess what? We living in the time of truth.
That's right.
The Lord's revealing the truth on what y'all did.
Right.
That's right.
Y'all want to know what y'all did? Watch this read. What you have?
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
Now take a look at this, right? And when y'all get a chance, Lord's will, y'all start reading these history books, because they put a lot of this in the history books. The videos don't really do it justice. They did more than just whoop us with whips.
Right.
They did more than that.
Right.
For instance, they got a book called The Medical Apartheid. Why do you think they know so much about medical?
Bring it out.
Because they would take you, and they would take you, and they would take her, and they would sell y'all to the doctors. And when y'all got to the doctors, guess what? He doing any and everything he want to do with y'all with no anesthesia.
Bring it out.
Only the children of Israel suffer from those atrocities. Like I said, this would happen in the land that y'all knoweth not. Y'all ever wonder why the runaway slaves always got caught? Because they was running, but they didn't know where they was going, because God said we would serve them in the land what?
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger.
So why did the Lord do it?
For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger.
Why did the Lord do it?
For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger.
So if I, excuse my French, if I made someone angry, right? If I made somebody angry, right? And he keep whooping on me, and I can't stop him from whooping on me, what should I ask? I should come to him like, well, what did I do? Right? Somebody that got common sense would say, well, all right, I can't beat you. I've been trying it my way. That's not working. What did I do so I can fix it? So I can make what's wrong right? So I got a question. What did we do?
Nothing.
We didn't do nothing?
No. But back in those days, I don't mean to cut you off. So like forest slaves,
Uh-huh.
right? So have you ever read the book Willie Lynch?
I read we just broke that down.
Yeah,
We're gonna touch
so
it. I don't
that's-
want to, because you said you don't want to take me off my topic, but you did.
Okay.
So let's get back to the topic, and we're gonna deal with Willie Lynch, because we suffer from the effects of Willie Lynch right now. But the question is, if the Lord keep whooping on us, right? Should we want to know what we did so we can make our wrong right? We should do that, right? Let's find out what we did. Go to Leviticus chapter 26, verse 14. We're gonna touch on what we did. Watch this. Because the problems are in the Bible, and the solutions are in the Bible. Therefore, the children of Israel are without excuse. You're without excuse on returning to the Lord. So watch this, read.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 14. But if ye will not hearken unto me, and will not do all these commandments, and if ye shall despise my statutes.
So that's what it all goes back down to. Keeping the commandments.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.